In the top stories, police looking for 2 wanted men. Dominican Republic shuts border with Haiti over water spat. And top 3 U.S. automakers hit by historic strike. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Friday, September 15th, 2023. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, the police need your help to locate 2 wanted men. On Thursday evening, the police issued wanted posters for Elvis Blake and Danny Blake. Both men are wanted in connection with a homicide committed on September 11th. Elvis Blake is 22 years old, 5 feet, 6 inches tall, with black hair, brown eyes, and a dark complexion. Danny Blake is 21 years old and is also 5 feet, 6 inches tall, with black hair, brown eyes, and a dark complexion. The police are asking anyone with information on the whereabouts of these men to contact the nearest police station. The police earlier stated that on September 11th, between 6:30 and 7 p.m., Kevon Smitten, an employee of the gas station on Victoria Road, was confronted by 2 armed assailants while attending to vehicles. The assailants reportedly struck and stabbed him about the body several times before fleeing the scene. Mr. Smitten was pronounced dead at the scene. Persons planning to pursue higher education are set to benefit from a new alliance between the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and Southern University, or SU, in Louisiana in the United States. After months of discussion led by Special Envoy for Investment Development and International Business Relations, Her Excellency Dr. Hadia Claxton, the government is delivering what's being described as the most affordable university program to have ever been made available to the Federation. A memorandum of understanding between the Federation and Southern University was signed by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley and Southern University President Dennis Shields in a ceremony held at the campus in Louisiana on Wednesday. Chief among the program's benefits is reduced tuition rates of under US $4,200 per semester currently for on-campus study for undergraduate studies for any Kittitian or Nevisian citizen or resident. According to information out of government headquarters, tuition reductions will also extend to master's degree programs, online degree programs, and certification programs. SU will also accept academic credits from the Clarence Fitzroy Brand College. Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, or CSEC credits, will also be accepted for university enrollment. Interested persons can contact the Ministry of Education in St. Kitts and Nevis at moeskn@gov.kn or via telephone at 467-1402 for additional information and details. The order paper has been issued for a sitting of the National Assembly to be held at the National Assembly Chambers at Government Headquarters on Monday, 18th September at 10 a.m. 5 bills will receive their first reading. The government's good governance legislative agenda continues as it commits itself to transparency, accountability, the rule of law, and the rule of law. The Honorable Prime Minister and Minister responsible for Finance, National Security, Citizenship and Immigration, Health and Social Security, Dr. Terence Drew, will seek leave to introduce and have read a first time the bills entitled Medical Amendment Bill 2023, Cannabis Amendment Bill 2023, and Consumer Protection Bill 2023. The Honorable Minister responsible for Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources and Cooperatives, Small Business and Entrepreneurship, Sports and the Creative Economy, Samuel Duggins, will seek leave to introduce and have read a first time the bills entitled Animal Health Bill 2023 and Plant Protection Bill 2023. The National Assembly will be carried live on ZIZ Radio 96 FM and participating radio stations. It can also be viewed live on TV Channel 5 in St. Kitts and Channel 98 in Nevis. It will also be streamed live at www.zizonline.com. Copies of bills, as soon as they are made available, can be found on the website www.sknis.gov.kn of the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service under the section titled Bills. Regionally, Dominican President Luis Abinader on Thursday announced the closure of the country's border with Haiti, escalating a diplomatic row over access to a shared river. Since the beginning of the month, the Dominican Republic's government has complained about Haitians' plans to build a canal on the shared Massacre River, saying it violates several border treaties between the two nations, which share the island of Hispaniola. More in this report.
This is the life of many vendors in Haiti, lining up and crossing from one side of the border to the other, attempting to make a living in the Dominican Republic before returning home in the evening. But this constant flow is about to come to an end after Dominican President Luis Abinader announced he'd be shutting the border with Haiti.
All of our borders, land, maritime, and air will be closed. And this until they stop their provocative actions.
At the centre of the dispute are works by a Haitian farming group on a canal that the Dominican Republic says will divert water from the Massacre River. The river serves as a natural border, and President Abinader says the works pose a threat to Dominican farmers and the environment. In the meantime, though, the country's closure is worrying Haitians.
It's bad for us Haitians. We need the canal because there's nothing in Haiti. We need the work.
The Haitian government doesn't appear to have any plans of halting the works on the canal for now, despite the Dominican Republic saying that they violate a treaty dating back to almost 100 years ago. The two countries have a long history of conflict and tension on their border. The Dominican Republic last closed it after the assassination of Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Since then, it's begun building a 200-kilometre wall, while tens of thousands of Haitians and people of Haitian descent have been expelled in recent years. The border closure is set to be yet another blow to Haiti, which remains one of the world's poorest nations, as it struggles to contain a major rise in gang violence.
Guyana's President, Dr. Irfan Ali, has announced that his administration is considering the direct award of oil blocks to countries, including India, in addition to the bids received for 8 out of 14 oil blocks that were up for auction. Shamar Alain provides more information in this report.
Guyana's first ever oil blocks auction closed on Tuesday, and the government received bids for 8 of the 14 blocks. A Guyanese women-owned company, CISPRO in Guyana, and ExxonMobil were among the 6 companies that expressed interest in oil blocks offshore. However, President Dr. Irfan Ali, who is on a 3-day visit in Washington, D.C., was asked if he was satisfied with the bids received. He responded positively.
We went out on auction at a time when major economies in the world are basically saying to oil producers, we're not going to finance you. They're saying, so you're going to a market where capital is an issue. Raising of capital is an issue. Many countries went to the same market and got no response to their auction. We went to this market with 14 blocks and we got response for 8 blocks. We are very happy.
The Guyanese leader noted that the government is exploring awarding direct oil blocks to several of Guyana's close bilateral partners, which include India, Qatar, and the Dominican Republic.
There are many countries that have expressed a preference for government-to-government exploration and relationship on this issue.
A total of 14 oil blocks were up for grabs, with 11 in shallow water and 3 in deep water. The Ministry of Natural Resources said the 6 bids would be evaluated from September 18 to October 6 to pave the way for negotiations from October 10th to 27th. The award of contracts is expected on November 1st. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Shamar Allen.
Internationally, The United Auto Workers say its workers will walk off the job at Detroit 3, setting up the most ambitious U.S. industrial labor action in decades. More in this Reuters report.
The Detroit 3 automakers are facing their first ever coordinated strikes. Walkouts began after a midnight deadline for a deal on pay passed without agreement. Union of Auto Workers President Shawn Fain announced the move in a Facebook Live address hours earlier.
For the first time in our history, we will strike all three of the big three at once. We are using a new strategy, the stand-up strike. We will call on select facilities, locals, or units to stand up and go on strike.
The first stoppages involve 12,700 workers and target 3 plants: Ford's Bronco factory in Wayne, Michigan, GM's mid-sized pickup truck facility in Wentzville, Missouri, and Stellantis' Jeep assembly plant in Toledo, Ohio. Together, the 3 factories are critical to some of the US industry's most profitable vehicles. Fain said he would join a picket line and didn't rule out widening the industrial action further.
This strategy will keep the companies guessing. It will give our national negotiators maximum leverage and flexibility in bargaining. And if we need to go all out, we will. Everything is on the table.
The union wants 40% pay rises to compensate for soaring inflation. It says offers of up to 20%, phased in over several years, are not good enough. Ford says the future of the industry is at stake. It says the hikes demanded by negotiators could double its US labour costs. The firm has slammed the UAW's approach, saying the union never came back with counter-offers. Now the strike is also a headache for President Joe Biden, who had publicly pushed for a deal to avert stoppages.
A huge fire gutted several hundred shops at a market in Bangladesh's capital, Dhaka, but there were no casualties as the blaze swept through the area before stores opened. More in this report.
A huge fire gutted hundreds of shops at a market in Bangladesh's capital, Dhaka, in the early hours of Thursday. It took 6 hours for military forces and firefighters to contain the blaze. No casualties were reported as the blaze swept through the area before shops opened. This shopkeeper said he could only salvage 2 bags worth of goods from his store. Another was beaten back by smoke when he attempted to access his.
All is finished for me. I had 3 shops, all are now gone.
The fire spread quickly in the Mohammedpur market due to the large amount of flammable items, such as cooking oil and plastics, officials said. The fire service attributed the likely cause of the blaze to an electrical short circuit. Fires are common in densely populated Dhaka, which has seen a building boom in recent years, often without proper safety measures.
The weather is next after this short break.
When hurricane season strikes, businesses need a partner who's ready to go the extra mile. One who understands the challenges and has experience to mitigate the risks. Trust C&W Business, your safety net in the eye of the storm. Our comprehensive disaster recovery strategies empower businesses to protect critical assets, keep communication channels open, and help operations recover quickly, ensuring the safety and continuity of your business. With C&W Business, a safe business is an open business.
And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy skies. Temperature is 31 degrees Celsius or 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are southeast to south at 6 to 14 miles per hour and becoming lighter and variable mainly overnight. Seas are not exceeding 1.2 meters or 4 feet. Weather forecast in St. Kitts and Nevis for today will be partly sunny skies in general. Tonight will be mostly fair skies initially, becoming partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of brief showers mainly after midnight. Sunset today will be at 6:13 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:59 a.m. We'll be right back after this.
When hurricane season strikes, businesses need a partner who's ready to go the extra mile. one who understands the challenges and has experience to mitigate the risks. Trust C&W Business, your safety net in the eye of the storm. Our comprehensive disaster recovery strategies empower businesses to protect critical assets, keep communication channels open, and help operations recover quickly, ensuring the safety and continuity of your business. With C&W Business, a safe business is an open business.
And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey.